We do have new information on a breaking news alert. Really sad news from Boston. Detroit Tiger fans, remember back to the 70s, you'll remember that guy, Mark the Bird Fidrych. Police say Mark Fidrych was found dead at his suburban Boston farm today. It appears there was some sort of an accident as he worked under a truck. Fidrych just electrified the baseball world in 1976 when he won the Rookie of the Year award. His antics on the mound, his innocent enthusiasm for the game endeared him to fans everywhere. It was a shoulder injury that ended his career, but nobody forgot the Bird. Again, Mark the Bird Fidrych has died in an apparent accident at his home outside Boston. He was 54 years old.
Take from Callis and you go to Mark Fidrych, and like Brian Kenny had just said, a lot of people don't know. I mean, the Bird, which is what he was known even before Larry Bird was the Bird. This guy was as animated on the field as any human being you've ever seen, Peter.
He was one of the great pop phenomena in baseball history. In 1976, when he burst on the scene, he talked to baseballs. He was a character. He was so much fun. He was a great pitcher, too. 1909, the old days of Monday Night Baseball. He was the guy that got the highest ratings in baseball in that 5-year period, and it was a major part of bringing baseball back to the forefront in Detroit. Fun, crazy, and he was great when he was healthy.
Yeah, both of the men, even in their passing, somehow are able to put a smile on your face, which they did for so many years. Fidrych for a much shorter period in Detroit, and Harry Callis as well. So the two big stories in baseball, unfortunately, involve people who are passed away. And yet, the game will continue, and the new Citi Field will be unveiled later on this show.
Back here on SportsCenter, Brian Kenny with Linda Cohn. And again, the breaking news here just before we get on the air on an already sad day in baseball. Former Baseball Rookie of the Year, national sensation Mark Fidrych, the Bird, has been found dead. News coming out this evening. Local authorities say Fidrych was found by a friend lying dead beneath his pickup truck at his home, a farm in Northborough, Massachusetts. Friends believe he was just working on his truck when he died. Mark Fidrych was 54 years old. And again, Peter Gammons mentioned this earlier, the days of Monday Night Baseball. Howard Cosell and the country loved the show. Mark Fidrych would talk to the ball. Again, I mentioned he was genuinely joyous on the mound. He would continue that throughout his life in baseball appearances, just a real people person. He was 19-9 as a rookie, led the league in ERA at the age of 21, but injuries brought him down. He would pitch only until 1980, but again was a beloved figure from the Tigers fans and fans across the nation who saw him that one great summer in 1976.
All right, Don's here still looking into our breaking story, the lead story, Mark the Bird Fidrych.
It's awful and so very, very sad for such a young man. Mark the Bird Fidrych was found under his truck at his farm in Northborough, Massachusetts this afternoon at about 2:30 or so by a good friend of his, a family friend, and he was dead. Fidrych was unique in so many ways. He talked to the baseball. He messed and really groomed the dirt on the mound with his hands. He sprinted off the mound to his teammates. When he was a rookie, he won 19 and lost just 9, was the starter in the American League All-Star game, but injuries cut his career short, only pitched for 5 years, but would come back to town for special events. Mark the Bird Fidrych died today. He was 54 years old.